What's up, air signs, and welcome to your reading this week. I got a slightly different little setup here. I'm trying to get myself ready for the 12 zodiac videos that I'm going to be doing, and I wanted to find a space, a way of knowing that I'm going to be comfortable for 12 whole readings. So I'm trying this space out here on the floor. We have some visitors. This is Luna, Simba, Stella. She's around here somewhere. So thank you for joining me. This week we're going to start off with my Earth Warriors Oracle deck. I haven't used this in so long. Like, honestly, I maybe have never used this for any client reading ever. So I'm excited to break you guys in with this air signs. Air signs. So we're going to do one of these. Sorry, the table sounds a little rickety. We're going to do one of the, let's see, hold on. See, this, there we go. That's better. So we're going to do one of these to start you off, air signs. And then we will do the tarot. And then plus draw you 2 additional cards from my chakra deck and also my numerology deck, okay? So let's get into it. I hope everybody's doing well. I feel like the energy, I feel a little bit more grounded is what I'm saying. I know we're in Mercury retrograde, but so far so good for me. Just trying to stay mindful and grounded, right? Okay, air signs. Where you at? Where you at? Last one, the one on top. One on top. Mayu, Soma from the Galactic Heart. So last week I was going like this and it was blurry the whole time. So I gotta find my spot so that you guys can see these better. That's all right. Okay, so let me pull the book on this and see what the message is for you, air signs. It's number 36, which makes a 9. Numerology, that is just about at the end of the cycle. That is the end of the cycle, number 9. So kind of telling me that you guys have been going through major shifts, major transitions, and you're about to complete a karmic cycle. Soma from the Galactic Heart. The Divine Mother's milk of the galaxy is feeding your soul. Expansion of your horizons, your spiritual purpose, and your sacred responsibilities is taking place. Sacred responsibilities are taking place. Let me close this so I can stop looking at myself. Okay. Divine potential within you is awakening at a higher turn of the creative spiral of consciousness. This oracle is prophecy of ascension and grace. Okay, so I said finishing up of karmic cycles. This says this oracle is prophecy which means foretelling of ascension, raising up, and grace. So I said number 36, 3 plus 6 equals 9, which is completion. So you guys really have it's being kicked up a notch. You're moving up. You're ascending. You're growing, and quite beautiful. Says your soul has been going through a deep spiritual feeding process and is growing rapidly. The evidence of this in the outer world will be a sense of expansion, of opportunity, reach, connections, and new levels of spiritual experiences. Yummy. This oracle foretells the welcoming in of a new phase in life, newborn energies, and fertility, whether biological, creative, or psychological, are being stimulated. I like to always emphasize to people when I see signs of fertility being used in tarot or oracle to remind you that if you do not plan on getting pregnant, buckle up. You know what I'm saying? Use some sort of protection, because this is a card about fertility. Okay, they use that word, fertility. So if you are pregnant, congratulations. If you're trying to get pregnant, congratulations. This is a ripe time for you. Okay, almost finished here, and then we'll move on to the tarot. An increasingly public profile, which moves you into the spotlight, can help you fulfill your divine life mission, provided that you keep your inner connection to spirit as the highest priority. The oracle speaks of soul healing around matters of trust, spirit, mother, and abundance, okay? Soul healing around matters of trust, spirit, mother, and abundance. So today's Father's Day, actually, while I filmed these. Just reminded me because it says mother. But so if you had issues growing up with your mom or female figures, or you have trouble with your own personal image of femaleness or motherhood or lack thereof, then this is a good time for healing for that. Just let it happen. What does that mean? Just listen to that intuitive nudge that happens within you, and follow your inner pull. Whatever we feel most drawn to, what feels good to you, follow those. And that is your intuition. Follow what feels good and what feels healthy, okay? And that will be your guide as to how to move forward. All right, let's get into your tarot read. Air signs. Air signs. Air signs. Air signs. Isn't this so professional? It's okay. That's my little, I like to feel the cards, touch all of them, see all of them, have them spread out, span them out. So they know Mama's here to read for air signs. Air signs, please. Air signs. I was reading in a new book. That would make this the bottom. To do it like this. That would make that the bottom. I didn't see, so anyway. Raw and unfiltered. One last shuffle. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Air signs, please. Air signs. Air. Air signs. I'm sitting under a fan. Air signs. Oh, wow. So I'm reading a little different. I don't know why I always tell you guys. Why not? I think because I watch other readers, I think it just comes natural for me to tell you guys my process, because I don't know. I don't know why that comes natural to me, but it does. I know that when I watch other readers, I don't hear anybody explain why they read, how they read, what cards they're pulling, and what they... Anyway, let's get into my process. So, So there's definitely an ending type of situation happening here. So this is, let me turn these over because I'm reading a little different. So usually I'll pull 5, 5, 5. This time I'm doing 5 and 5. 10 total cards. The first 5 to me are speaking about the earlier parts. Maybe in the past, okay? And then the last 5 to me are talking about into the present and future. So what we have here is a situation where you decided that you had to move on. You had to go leave a situation, leave something that was kind of tumultuous and rocky. And look at this picture. So if you notice, the seas in the front of the scene here are kind of rocky looking, and then they smooth out. So this was a situation where you decided, like, look, I have to take a stand in this situation. I have to keep it moving. This was not working for me. So you picked up and you left, in whatever form that may mean. It could be metaphorical or emotionally. Excuse me. That's what I get for drinking during readings. Drinking coffee. So you got this Six of Swords situation where you're taking off and you're leaving. You're moving into this kind of, you're searching for, there seems to be a searching for this comfort and this stability. Four of Pentacles, and it comes upright, which is bomb. So I feel like this is what you were hoping for. This last situation kind of turned your world upside down. This was originally like this. So it feels like your world was kind of like really tossed upside down. You came into this situation where you thought you would move on, yet there was still kind of like this quarreling and fighting energy. A lot of commotion going on around you. Everybody trying to do... It's like almost like people had good intentions. They all wanted to do the same thing, but nobody was getting it done on the same page. It just was like kind of chaotic. Interesting. There's some sort of death or loss of this Knight of Pentacles energy. Look at how these two kind of interact with each other. Right? This Knight of Pentacles is moving towards death. Knight of Pentacles person could be somebody of Earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Or it could be somebody with these kind of properties. Earth sign Knight is somebody young. He would be somebody very masculine. Think of a knight. But also he is the most stable and solid knight of the deck. So he's very sturdy. He's the only knight with all four hooves planted on the ground. So this is somebody very reliable and very dependable. And I believe I switched them all back up, but I believe this knight was reversed. So that makes sense that he's walking in towards death. So there was some sort of ending or death, I really feel, with this Knight of Pentacles. Okay? So which caused this heartbreak, right? There's a very obvious kind of painful situation happening here for you guys, for somebody here. So this new phase after this death or this loss of this Knight of Pentacles, or that type of energy, also could have been Scorpio. Death card is a Scorpio card, but we got this heartbreak card, right? Pretty obvious. It's followed by the two. Why do I say that? I'm a little bit tongue-tied today, guys. Don't mind me. It's followed by the High Priestess. She is a number 2. That's why I was saying that. So the High Priestess, if you notice, I don't know if you can see her. She's back there. She's my fave female of the deck. She's the psychic woman of the deck. She's the one that knows how to go within in order to get her answers. Notice the cross right here. When I tell people to go within, I always tell them to go into that quiet space in here. And that cross is there very intentionally, right? This is the space that encapsulates all that wisdom and that calmness and that knowingness, okay? So to get through this situation, it's really going to take you to tap into this inner space. She's followed by 2 kings who are reversed. King of Swords and King of Wands. Both of these guys were like this. So there is a very strong male presence here. Look at this. I think the Swords was first. I'm trying to look at these. Male, very male energy here on Father's Day showing up here. Maybe we lost a dad. I'm so sorry if that's the case, okay? Really. But there's something about this King of Swords and the King of Wands, the interaction between each other. It's almost like the King of Wands is somebody would be fire sign. King of Swords would be somebody air sign, okay? And the King of Wands is looking at this sword guy. Now, if you don't feel like those symbols fit air and fire. What they mean is the fire person would be somebody, and they were both reversed. In their shadow sides would be somebody very fiery and temperamental and argumentative and passionate and overly passionate, like, so kind of rageful, right? King of Swords is somebody kind of slick tongue, slick mouth in his shadow side reverse. Somebody with, just knows how to spew back those insults really well. Somebody who's too logical, somebody who's too in their head. So there's some sort of interaction that needs to be worked on. Because look, we got this Eight of Pentacles that comes at the end. It came reversed. So kind of telling me that the family or these two men, whatever the relationship is, needs to be worked on. Okay? It feels like, like there's a lot of work to do. Okay, let's check the bottom of the deck, and then I'm going to pull you. Yeah, let's check the bottom of the deck. What do we have? Dun, dun. Oh, this is good. So this is about taking a step back. They're just letting you know, like, hey, just take a minute. Take a step back. You have one female here, and the rest are men. Maybe two. She could count as a female. She's probably a female. So you got her, and then you got her. A lot of male energy here. Okay, another male. So they're wanting to remind you to take a step back and don't rush into any decisions you're making. Take your time, really evaluate, and don't slap anything together. Okay, it's a very important time, and work is on the horizon. Okay, so let's pull you. To leave these here. So I can go back and write a good description. Okay, air signs. What do we have for you? Air signs. Okay, one last shuffle of air signs. Air signs. Air, please. Air. Mysticism. Wow. So she's a lot like the High Priestess. That's a cool card to get. Let's read the book just a bit. I think it talks about, tapping into that that inner knowingness. Look, she kind of has her hood is kind of witch like, kind of looks kind of witchy. So which color is that? It's purple. So this belongs to the 7th chakra, right? Is that right? Oh, they put purple as the 6th chakra. Which is the 3rd eye chakra, which is inner knowing, being able to, to not see with our eyes, but be able to see with our intuition and our inner knowingness. Okay. You are not to know. So he comes in the center, another thing, right down the center, like very much closest to your heart, and he was reversed. So what this kind of tells me too, since this says you are not to know, is that, so these are very logical signs, air signs. You guys are very logical, very thinking in your head, right? And so they want to let you know, like, to stop using so much of your thinking and dip down more here, which is kind of what I was saying about the High Priestess. Inspiration for this card, it says, it is wise to be the observer. Do not respond until you are certain. The unknown is not easy, but it is no longer necessary to fear. Okay, so step into the not knowingness of the situation. Okay. Air signs. Air signs. Air signs. There we go. Air. Number 57, you guys got teaching and learning. Teaching and learning. So, those of you who love to teach, or there's some of you who are, obviously going through a very, a very learning process. Something that I learned some years ago was that the best way to learn is to know that you don't know anything. Be like a child, right? Be like a child. That way we're more open and receptive to learning. Because when we know that we don't actually know everything, we're much more ripe for growing and flourishing. So that's going to wrap you guys up, air signs. I love you. I hope to see you next week. Next week, I'll be releasing all the 12 zodiac videos. So I hope you'll check those out. I love you. Take care.